Born from a clear fascination with space exploration and science fiction, Lifeless Planet Premier Edition is a third-person adventure game from Serenity Forge. The Premier Edition brings new content and improved graphics. It also includes new original music from acclaimed Lifeless Planet composer Rich Douglas. The game also contains previously unreleased content in the form of new audio and text logs. So if you're wondering what the difference between Lifeless Planet, the base game, and Lifeless Planet Premier Edition is, that's basically it. Thrown straight into the game, we see our unknown astronaut blast off into space heading for a potentially habitable planet many light years away from Earth. As the ship begins its descent to this new planet, it begins to malfunction. The ship crashes, knocking everyone unconscious. When one of the astronauts comes around, he finds himself alone on a barren desert and short on oxygen. This is the player's first goal, to get to a nearby oxygen post before he suffocates and dies. Once that simple task has been accomplished, both the astronaut and the player will finally have the chance to take stock of where they are. The supposed intelligence readings that suggested the planet was teeming with life must have been wrong. This planet is empty and lifeless, a barren wasteland of nothing. The goal now, to find the astronauts' missing teammates somewhere on this void landscape. The opening segment works like a tutorial, getting the player used to navigating the terrain, making jumps and getting accustomed to the short bursts of jet that can be used to reach further distances and higher heights. What seems quite open is actually quite linear as you trek towards an unknown destination. Cresting a massive mountain, the first of many shocking discoveries will be made. Before the astronaut's eyes lies a town, an abandoned town, but one nonetheless. At first, he doesn't quite believe what he is seeing. Then he thinks he's part of some space agency psychological exercise. All before he comes across proof that it was the Russians who built this town. Soviet-era Russians, and it looks like they've been here a long, long time. So where are they now? That is just one of many mysteries to be solved. There is no backup, no leaving the planet. The only thing to do is press on and find the answers. The driving force of Lifeless Planet is the story, a wonderful sci-fi tale that stays mysterious up until its final moments. One solved mystery leads to another, and you'll find yourself as desperate as the playable astronaut to find out the truth. To do that, it's all about navigating the enormous world and its different landscapes, from dry deserts to deep caverns to gigantic dead forests to hot springs and rampant volcanic areas. There is no combat. The only tools available to the astronaut are his jetpack and later a robotic arm which can be used to solve puzzles. Not that the lack of combat matters, as this is a dead planet, and although there are many ways to die, those will come from players not being observant of the environment that lays before them. Lifeless Planet does a wonderful job of making you feel lost and small without actually allowing you to go too far off the beaten path. While it is linear for the most part, the paths are not obvious and it's up to players to get accustomed to what is required to progress. You'll feel like an astronaut exploring an unknown alien planet, which is the highest praise that can be given to this game. Part of that feeling does come from the visuals, music and sound effects too. The former, especially from a distance, look great, whereas the latter two heighten a sense of dread, loneliness and discovery in ample amounts. Lifeless Planet is just the right amount of challenge to leave some underlying frustration, mostly coming from dark areas where finding the path isn't easy and death drops are in abundance. However, most of the time you'll find yourself acknowledging your own mistakes, and, to be fair, checkpoints are in abundance. However, it should be noted that this reviewer did suffer a particularly harsh issue, one where the game did not save progress, resulting in about an hour of gameplay being lost. However, this did just happen once. And the game overall can be completed as little as 4 hours, something that is actually encouraged within an achievement, but returning players can actually do it in under 2 hours. And that doesn't sound like a worthwhile experience, but it is, as the story is so gripping and so very satisfying. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on GBHBL.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?